Good evening, everyone. I want to bring a word this evening about the body of Christ, and I'm calling this short message, Take Your Place in the Body. I want to read from 1 Corinthians 12. For as the body is one and has many members, but all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Christ. For by one Spirit we were all baptized into one body, whether Jews or Greeks, whether slaves or free, and have all been made to drink into one Spirit. For in fact the body is not one member, but many. If the foot should say, because I am not a hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear should say, because I am not an eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where would be the hearing? If the whole body were hearing, where would be the smelling? But now God has set the members, each one of them, in the body just as he pleased. God set you in the body of Christ just as he pleased. Verse 19. And if they were all one member, where would the body be? Verse 20. But now indeed there are many members, yet one body. And the eye cannot say to the hand, I have no need of you, nor again nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. No, much rather, those members of the body which seem to be weaker are necessary. I'm going to come back to that in a second. And those members of the body which we think to be less honourable, on these we bestow greater honour. And our unrepresentable parts have greater modesty. But our presentable parts have no need. But God composed the body, having given greater honour to that part which lacks it, that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care for one another. And if one member suffers, all the members suffer with it. If one member is honoured, all the members rejoice with it. Now you are the body of Christ, and members individually. And God has appointed these in the church, first apostles, second prophets, third teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healing, helps, administrations, variety of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Do all have the gifts of healings? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? Etc. So what does it look like to take your place in the body? Well, I don't know who you are listening to this right now. I imagine if you've got this far, you're a believer in Jesus. You're part of the body of Christ. You've been saved. You've been born again. You've been filled with the Spirit. You know him. You love him. And that's why you listen to things like this, because you love his word and you love to be encouraged and you love to know him more. And the truth is, the Lord has set you in the body, and he's done it by his good pleasure. He's given you certain gifts. He's caused you to have certain passions. He's put you in a particular fellowship, a particular church, and you are necessary. You are needed. And I want to just finish with a little accidental parable that I've walked with recently. When I was lifting the stage for our outreaches before Christmas, I wrenched a muscle in my forearm, in my elbow. And it's been really painful, honestly. It hasn't got better yet. I've had to see the doctor. I've had to do various things to try and make it better. And it's a bit of a pain. I can't function very well because there's a little muscle in my forearm, in my elbow, a tendon that is pulled. You can't see this tendon. I didn't even know it was there. But now, because it's injured, there's a number of things I can't do. I can't pick up my little boy. I can't change him very well. In fact, I'm having to stop changing him and change his nappy because it's too painful. And maybe that's you. Maybe you think, well, no one knows who I am in the body of Christ. I don't really do much. I'm not preaching from the front. I'm not healing the sick. I'm not very necessary in the body of Christ. Well, I don't know if that's your attitude, but I think sometimes that can be. I think we can all feel a little bit like irrelevant. I think the enemy can whisper to us and say, you're unnecessary, no one notices you. I want to say to people today, obscurity is not your enemy. You are necessary, and God gives greater honor to those that are apparently dishonored in the church. You are needed. Take your place in the body, whether it's administration, whether it's volunteering, whether it's praying for the sick, whether it's getting out on the street and evangelizing, whether it's serving, setting up the church services, whether it's prophesying, whatever it is, pour yourself out, be who God made you to be. Take your place in the body of Christ. When you're not there, it's going to hurt. The fellowship is going to hurt. There's going to be a lack. They're not going to be able to do something as well. The body of Christ is not going to be able to function as well as it could do without you. May God bless you.